together and make you proud.
Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Chelsea versus Spurs in the Premier League. So let me know in the chat anything and that. This is the first home game under the Todd Bowley era at Chelsea. So hopefully we can get the 3 points today, and fingers crossed. Let's wait and see how it all pans out, folks. As like I say, you never know what can happen in any game. But we just got to be on our A game. And don't let Spurs get any time on the ball. And if we snuff them out and we take our chances, you never know we could get the 3 points.
Chasing against the Northern Supercharger, Glenn Maxwell in form as he has been throughout this tournament and going well. You can see that on the 100 channel. For us, it is Chelsea against Spurs, and once again, Antonio Conte holding back his new signings. Is that a deliberate management ploy?
It's a man. I think it's a mantra.
Those who have come through with him last season.
He's worked with them over pre-season as well, so they've
so
time with them.
Hopefully take these. Then don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to like, sub and subscribe if you are new.
Be expecting from them, but it's still a really strong team we selected.
What do you think of it, Graham?
I think it's good.
Go on, Chelsea.
You know, if you spend big on players, but you're not putting them in immediately, I think that sends a message out. You know, I always you should go back to when I played. We always worked on a
So
group of players
hopefully
that every one of them
we've got to keep playing the way we are, take the chances, and it's a goal for Dundee United, 3-1 away at Hearts.
You can't keep saying words to players. The strength and depth of your squad should fire everyone up. You're in a position, it's your position, your place in the team, keep it. If you don't,
So keep voting who you think is going to win Chelsea, Tottenham or a draw.
Making their home debuts. Cucurella making his first start. Is it more needs must for them, Karen?
Yeah, I think so. I think with the back.
So we just need to see how the game plan's going to go, and hopefully, come on, Chelsea. Come on, boys. Don't let Spurs do us over. Come on.
3 points between these two teams.
Thank you for both likes. I highly appreciate it, folks. Come on, Chelsea.
Remember, Chelsea beat Spurs 4 times last season, but over the course of the summer.
Come on, let's do it for Todd Bowley, do it for the new era at Chelsea, and let's get off to an absolute bang at home. And Raheem, you better do well up front for us, please. Because if you do that, then it's like, there it is, the House of Fun. Welcome to the House of Fun. Quoting madness for Todd Bowley. I'm going to try and make this place a fortress again. Chelsea!
Spurs didn't score a single goal. A pair of Carabao Cup semi-finals as well as the 2 Premier League games.
We just got to stop Son and we just got to stop Kane. If you do that, you could get a result. And the lineup, I'll give you the lineups now. Chelsea's is Mendy, James, Silva, Koulibaly, Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Jorginho, Cucurella's debut at home for Koulibaly. And it's Mount Havertz, and up front on his home debut, Raheem Sterling. On the bench is Kepa, Azpilicueta, Chile, Chilwell, Chalobah, Gallagher, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, Pulisic, and Amanda Broja to play Spurs today. Your Spurs team today is Lloris, Royale, Romero, Dyer, Davis, Sessegnon, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Kuleveski, Son and Kane. There's your bench underneath. Sorry if I don't say them, I just can't be arsed because it is too warm. So, thank you very much. Good night, and let's have a very good game. Have you seen that new? Have you seen the new thing that we did in honour of our new owner? We brought out a tifo for him, and it's called the House of Fun with his image on. Also a nod to Chelsea fans, aka Madness. We have a nod. Yeah. We brought out a new tifo. Chelsea did. We did, Dale. We brought out a new tifo. You know the one at end of last season, we brought one out for Thomas Tuchel. We brought one out for our new owner, with the image of him, with the sayings, "It's the House of Fun." In honour of him becoming our owner and stuff, and saying it's going to be, hopefully it's going to be fun having him as an owner, and hopefully be successful. And also a nod to Madness as well, who are Chelsea fans themselves. Wow, I didn't know that Raheem Sterling had a trial at Chelsea. I'm hearing what they're saying is they're saying that Raheem Sterling had a trial at Chelsea, and I didn't even know that when he was younger. Because I'm having to, don't get, I am behind you, so my game might not have kicked off. Game is now underway, folks. First home game of the season against the scum of Spurs. Let's go and get the win.
That was a good start. And Spurs' 4-goal haul against Southampton was their first 4-goal salvo in their opening fixture for 28 years. A 4-3 win, you might remember at Sheffield Wednesday. Jurgen Klinsmann scoring on his debut.
Come on, Chelsea.
Mocking celebration dive.
Yeah, just looking down at Chelsea. I know the manager said it was a back three, but I'm not always sure when a manager gives you that information before, whether he's trying to play tricks on us all. It's happened before, but it certainly does look like that.
Come on, Chelsea.
Versatile player at Chelsea, rather than the attacking midfield player he seemed to be setting out to be. And he made his breakthrough initially. Remember, he's in England's World Cup squad in Russia. And here he is on the right side as
Come on, boys.
got it out to Jeffries very accurately, very kindly for us. It is extraordinary. Tottenham fail so often in this.
Go on, good boy. Go on, Sterling. And Sterling, you should actually be up front.
The 30 seasons of the Premier League. In 2018, so relatively recently. Dele Alli had a very good afternoon then. Christian Eriksen scored a stunner.
Well done, Cucurella. Oh, Georgie.
Kulusevski and Spurs are on the front foot straight away here with Son. Trying to find the supporting midfield player.
What is it? I'm just staying close up to the mic so that people can hear me. Can't believe the first mistake we've made, and it comes from the person I know is most potent for mistakes, aka Jorginho. Nothing new there.
Unlike the Sweden international, who's been scoring and making goals, and his short spell really came on loan. He's still on loan from Juventus in January. He's going to be involved in the taking of the free kick. And he's the sort of goalkeeper who loves to come
on, lads.
Show
defend this.
The penalty area. There's enough flight on it, he'll go looking for it. Kulusevski runs over it.
Whoa! Have that, son. Get better at free kicks.
Everything into that too much.
Yeah, really on. We've just seen 2 or 3 opportunities where teams could really put an opposition under real pressure. 2 balls in free play. pace and just not quite fully up to sync yet with the game in the first few minutes.
Go and get your head onto it. Oh, lucky.
Yet again to the competitive nature of the Premier League, that only Manchester City and Arsenal have won their first two games. Of course, a winner here would join them. Koulibaly in that number 26.
Oh, go on, Koulibaly.
With distinction for such a long time by John Terry.
Oh, Cucurella, that's an unlucky pass.
Well to just squeeze it onto Kane. So there's the shot. Cheek was a bit late with the lunge. He was beaten to it by Ryan Sessegnon.
You have to be careful Loftus-Cheek going in for challenges like that.
Stays forward and Kane finds him. He did well to squeeze a cross out of that. It's half volleyed it. But Mendy is aware that the ball hadn't gone dead.
Yeah, really clever from Harry Kane. He kind of
Is someone being stupid already?
He had one just earlier on. Find it into Son.
Loftus-Cheek.
Into the box.
Touch on by Havertz. Sterling. Get up, says referee Taylor. Early minutes giving no concession to the very warm conditions. Proper pace.
And that's Kane without the ball. You've just seen him with the ball. It'll be really interesting to see how they handle Harry Kane and when he drops in. When the centre-backs go in there. Just twice now they've allowed him to turn his passing ability. As we know, as good as anything in the Premier League.
Jorginho. Nice goal from the penalty spot. Good get to Chelsea the points for Goodison Park. Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, Loftus-Cheek, you are stupid. If Reece James was in that position, he would have played it through because he knows better.
Koulibaly, on the verge of coming into English football for a long time, is finally here.
Oh, Koulibaly.
And then you've got to release the ball a bit quicker than that.
You're not in Serie A still where you can actually take time on the ball.
James. Okay, and Jorginho, the two pivots in the central.
That's a
midfield.
ball. Oh, look.
That's giving chase. Sessegnon
Unlucky Havertz.
sees it out. Ryan Sessegnon, who comes from Roehampton, southwest London. Much more Chelsea territory than Tottenham, but of course he started at Fulham. Very close to here.
Yeah, just how I thought Chelsea would set up is how they've done it. I mean, Thomas Tuchel mentioned it was a back three, but when Loftus-Cheek plays on that side, when Chelsea have the ball, they go to a back four, and Loftus-Cheek becomes a midfield player. Sometimes finds himself infield. So he was selling us 50% of the truth, shall we say, before the game. But this has happened before when Loftus-Cheek has played there. Remember, Chelsea being really successful away in Real Madrid in the Champions League, and that role that he played there was outstanding on the night. And something similar is happening here when Chelsea get the ball. Without the ball as they are right now.
That's 100% of the truth. When the opposition have the ball. But anyway, if it's 50%, we're happy.
We'll take that.
We would take that, yeah. Romero to Eric Dyer. Ben Davis, solid members of Conte's rear guard.
Go on, Kante.
It wasn't. It was Højbjerg who played it. Davis had gone further forward, and it comes out to Jorginho. Loftus-Cheek. James crossing from the position where anyone would expect him. Here's Cucurella. Jorginho. Now Conte. It's an awkward ball, and Sterling couldn't quite locate it. Awkward for Tottenham to defend.
Yeah, I thought he took a chance there, Romero. He ends up doing well. Just thinking, why doesn't he just go and hit the ball or clear it? He just uses his body, raises that Raheem Sterling. A great ball in, really dangerous position.
Some people don't communication corridor of uncertainty, but it's an example of where you might use it.
Come on. Yeah.
Long from looking for Son over the top.
Out.
Well,
Out. That's gonna hurt.
retreating defence. Silva will be 38 next month, so there's no sign of waning.
Oh, this is good play. This is good play. Go on, Cucurella. Stop acting like you're hurt, because you're not.
I just think the follow through. I'm not sure Cucurella just landed on his ankle. Just caught him on the Achilles.
Sideshow ball.
Just got dragged out of position. Had to get back in. Just catches him on the heel. He sees blue comes off at the end of the back.
Actually, if you look really closely, he gets him on the knee, the right foot. He's a tough guy, and it's not just Jamie Carragher who's regarded him as a very, very good Premier League acquisition.
He reminds me of a player who used to play at centre back at Chelsea.
Thank you very much for the 3 likes. I highly appreciate it, folks.
Defender, top quality on the ball, really aggressive. Maybe dabbles in the dark arts now and again.
Ricardo Carvalho.
So they're now
Posters
saying that Cucurella this
recognising those.
they're putting him in the same bracket as Ricardo Carvalho. That's putting him a bit high praise.
There's the Cucurella. Seen too much yet of Mason Mount. Here he is.
That's what we do, and that's actually what we're
Course for England.
actually doing.
Here is James with Loftus-Cheek making a run in behind Sessegnon. Here's James again.
But even our owner has said, even in the Chelsea programme basically, he said that he wants the fans to literally get behind the club, win, lose or draw, and literally help the players on the pitch. Because at Stamford Bridge it does get too quiet. So if we be a lot louder, it can help the players. Because then they'll know to go in for challenges, know to do this and that.
No, they still look like they're lacking. Well, they are.
Yeah.
Well, now that's why they bought Lukaku. Lukaku's gone. Doesn't mean that problem's now gone away. Ian Sterling's done a really sterling job at times as a central striker for Manchester City.
We're giving Spurs a physical game. We're playing very physical today, which we never used to.
Which is challenging and winning the biggest trophies as they have done over the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, and that's why they've put Cucurella in the same bracket as him because of how he plays.
Derby day tackle. There's 7 London clubs in the Premier League this season. Plenty of derbies. Plenty of this intensity in the capital.
The one game I will be dreading, and that's because of what I've seen today going up to Nottingham Forest. That's the only one, because I think that's going to be the most, apart from Crystal Palace, 2 of the most intimidating atmospheres in the league.
Premier League champions. Tottenham lost a 2-0 lead and can't recall a more brutal evening in the Premier League than
Put your question in the chat, folks. Like, subscribe if you are new.
James.
This is good play. Go on, Kante.
The cheek. Only one player spare there, but it means they get the ball.
Azpilicueta's not on the pitch.
There's Cucurella. Now they have got players to try and find aerially. Havertz, of course, is
Because the one who's playing Azpilicueta's position is Reece James.
a grade A target for crosses. Again. Tottenham determined
Yeah.
to come here and not
Hopefully they can hang on.
second
Yeah.
when it comes to physicality.
And that
Ryan Sessegnon
and
being
that's a
the one
and that
from Loftus-Cheek.
and that's a dirty challenge because the ball literally was long gone. And Loftus-Cheek got taken out for literally no reason.
Sessegnon was talking in his
Now free kicks and corners, Koulibaly territory. Get your head on it.
They've known each other for a long time. It's James who takes the free kick. Flag up for offside anyway.
How is that offside when literally a Spurs player headed it first?
More in favour of the defenders playing it in from the central position as Mount did.
Well, there was a definite mix-up. Mason Mount was pointing at Cucurella, telling him to Reece James. Maybe that's where the ball should have gone. Attached to him, maybe more suited, maybe a left-footed inside.
That shirt looks so. It actually does look good. The home shirt, but I've also said to my mum and dad I'm wanting to actually get the. This is the first time I've ever done it. I want to get the away one as well, because that one looks like the two best home and away kits I think we've had in the same season. They both just look good. But I
less than 3 weeks.
Because I get a lot of use out of them because I wear them quite regularly most of the year, unless it's unless I'm not streaming Chelsea.
Yeah, they've got problems in the central midfield. Tottenham, Mason Mount's done a really good job dropping in there to add the extra man. Almost making it like there's 4 midfield players being 2 at times. Moving off the sheet coming inside.
I already know I'll be able to get the new Modern Warfare myself, because that comes out a month later. I usually get FIFA bought for me as a birthday present, so I'll be able to get myself Modern Warfare.
Side.
Come on, Chelsea.
Handball!
Handball! That shot by Kante, that looked like it an arm. This Cucurella is some talent. Well done. Yeah, because what he's done is he went to go for that ball and made one of the Spurs players have to kick the ball out of play because he was panicking. Yeah, I know. Here we go, let's see what the... Here we go. Who do you think is going to win? Draw at 14%, Chelsea to win at 43%, and Spurs to win at 43%. And I can agree with that, because it is hard to call who could win this. And there we go, Koulibaly with his strength. Give me the ball. Oh, come on, I want to see Sterling do one of his jinking runs. Come on, Chelsea.
Pretty much everyone back behind the ball. Now is everyone. Mount.
Go on, Cucurella. Ah.
Here's James.
Oh, what a touch! What a touch by Loftus-Cheek. To Reece James, that was.
Loftus-Cheek. James can cross it first time, plays it back instead to Jorginho.
Oh, Jorginho. Unlucky. Lucky ball that was. Oh. Koulibaly, what a good effort.
Not much left foot either. Speculative to say the least. They are putting pressure on Chelsea. It's always going to be more difficult when you hand Tottenham back and they've got so many numbers behind the ball.
So it looks like we're putting...
So just play that ball into Mason Mount. He's saying keep the attack going. Keep Tottenham under pressure.
Come on, Chelsea.
The Chelsea manager who's lost to Spurs in his fixture establishment in the Premier League is, of course, the current Tottenham manager, Antonio Conte.
But we also got to say that... But you've also got to... Sterling. Oh! Havertz! Mason Mount's twin! How did not score? How?
from Chelsea.
Oh.
And the combination, the front two, Raheem Sterling and Kai Havertz are really playing up against that back three.
Oh, you jammy, you go.
Bottom corner, and you can't say Chelsea wouldn't have deserved it for their early pressure. Almost too quick and too intense for Tottenham at the moment.
Go on, Cucurella. Good ball in the box.
Cucurella.
Weapon! Ah! Tunk! Senegalese tunk!
Announces himself to the adoring Chelsea fans.
Hurrah! Hey!
And I was knocking him. But when it's come to that right foot,
Come on, you Senegalese tunk!
what a finish. He's worth the money, isn't he, Todd?
I don't get it, it's warm,
Look
folks.
at the space he's got at the back post.
Ooh,
There's more
what a
space
goal!
than there is in Hyde Park. There is absolutely
What a
no one
goal.
near him. Set piece, zonal marking. You normally think it'll have a big centre back.
You don't expect the centre back to be doing that.
On the ball, he's side on. That's Hoddle-like.
Raheem Sterling did
Ha
get
ha.
out of the way. And Hugo Lloris
Oh my god.
palpably
You never thought I'd go mental like that.
And Spurs are struggling at Stamford Bridge again. People is smiling. There is a little bit of a theory amongst the Chelsea fans.
And,
Spurs
I-
improved the
yeah.
defenders, but not actually done too much for the attack.
And also I got a bit of
From any which
love for him when he was at Napoli, so we're happy to see him score for us is a good thing.
just generally starting to wonder
And just as that's happened, Hearts have gone 4-1 up.
come up with that.
So I got a double whammy in the same
They really do.
double.
I mentioned before the game, and I mentioned their newspaper column yesterday. This is a real big test for Tottenham.
Senegal, guys, get hashtag Senegalese tank in the chat.
Nowhere near ready.
I'm going to start that as a trend for Koulibaly now.
It can certainly change. But the intensity and the pace that Chelsea have come out with, Tottenham not being able to
I don't know if that's that might have just beaten the celebration I did when Chesterfield scored against EC last season, and that was the mentals I've ever went for a celebration.
On Friday,
I think that's even worse. I think that was even worse.
obviously there's a lot of psychology in this, mind games, etc.
'Cause all you could hear me.
Less stable side after what had happened in the transfer window.
I don't
And the
agree with
Spurs were settled and
I know.
ready to take on the Blues here. But they might well do that yet. We've only had just over 20 minutes.
It's just a normal summer for Chelsea. It's always been like that with the run around. It's always been a bit mad.
Nah, I'm just going to go and say Senegalese tank.
Maybe not ideal.
It seems to be a phrase. It seems to be that I have a certain thing I do every time we score. I watched.
The new ownership. A new
No, it's one thing that I do when
first Stamford Bridge.
a goal's gone in, and this was since we were under sanctions. I did this because I did, and it was just random. And I think to myself, I've watched too much wrestling in my time, because I did the thing that Sheamus does when he batters his chest and puts his arm out, both arm out. And that's what I do every time Chelsea score. When I go mental, because it's basically saying have it and we're hard. Yeah, it's a bat.
Time to think about this one.
Yeah, I thought to myself, don't do it too hard because I'll make myself have a red chest at the end.
Good stop. By Mendy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a long way offside. I think they're the ones where you just
and I'm not going to say it yet, but we might have another
stay in the game.
Senegalese tank if he can get a clean sheet. Then he can have that saying too.
But everyone thought it was a long way offside the line. When Dickey was flagged down, it was really tight.
Well, it's part of the new instructions to assistants this season. The flag only delayed on genuine goal chance.
And I
That was a
love
genuine goal chance.
Koulibaly. You were good at Napoli, and hopefully you can do the same for us.
Thing. Had it gone in, we would have had a review. If he put the flag up, maybe it would have stood.
Because you were saying when you were watching him with me when he was playing at Napoli, he wasn't all that is to be. And as soon as we got him,
First Premier League win.
it's nah. He did score once. He scored the winner last season against Juventus, but he basically scored a tap-in.
Looking by Son, no foul. No
But you would take any goal. I would never be able to score a goal like that. And I'm right-footed in that.
Chelsea. Yeah, Sterling.
Now, the one... Yeah.
That's Loftus-Cheek.
Go his tank. But you can also...
Might have been
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just gonna... I've got something else in my mind, but that is if... And that's only if it stays and we don't concede. I just go, we've got a duo of a weapon, which is Koulibaly and Silva. Because we had that in Silva and Rudiger. Except that, yeah. But the only thing is, and I will say this, we don't want Spurs to score at all. We'd be good with the clean sheet. Oh my God! Now, Featherstone Rovers game has just ended, 72-6.
Just the positions of Kante and Mason.
72-6 against Dewsbury.
Of Tottenham, and then you got Jorginho just in behind. People aren't quite sure.
And funnily enough, Sheffield Eagles are playing. I think are playing them on the final game of the season. Could be a duo of a weapon. Koulibaly. But you know the one thing that will cap all this off, we just need Sterling to score.
Really good from Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel. They've set up.
Because Cucurella, even though he's not scored, he had a helping hand in that goal, so them two have already done their bit. Done their part on their debut. Sterling needs to do his. But Sterling's trying, but I think they're just trying to neutralise him and just try and keep him out of the game.
James and Loftus-Cheek, with Sterling helping sometimes. They're moving Spurs around.
Oh.
They are uncomfortable, and they're also
Yep.
a goal down.
The old classic shirt that I got was from his time at Chelsea when he was playing. I like that shirt.
Trying to do the same thing, tying that back post.
Alright. Oh, Koulibaly. Why are you trying to do Bicey? Yeah, but we do have a commentator called Ben Andrews who also does commentary for Serie A on BT. So we have someone who does motorboat stuff. But he also does commentary for Chelsea. And he does it with Jason Kunde, who I just love on commentary. Because every time we score, you can just hear him in the background going absolutely mental. Yeah.
Very much needed.
Are you going to do what happened with Brentford game when Brentford literally brought up the tactical board?
Of course, this weekend we're honouring
Can we always...
50 years of the Premier League, and here's somebody with a strong Chelsea connection.
There we go.
Who played for Tottenham.
How weird is that? We've got someone who works for... Who's an ex-Chelsea player, used to play for us, but he's also an ex-Spurs as well. Jason Kunde. I forgot he played for Spurs.
Still very involved today.
I mean, Harry Kane, you see him really involved here, talking to his players. He knows they've got to show more.
Yeah, because he must be happy. That must be that he must be happy with how it's going and how we're playing. Because he's
248 Tottenham goals. Goodness me, they'd love to get that 250 up.
the one good thing I'm happy, and it looks like it's worked. It's the owners saying to the fans to have a rallying cry, get behind the players, be the 12 man, has worked because the fans have been loud all literally nearly non-stop, and that's rare at Stamford Bridge.
Chelsea fully deserve to be 1-0 up. You see the
Oh man, I'm never going to get sick of seeing this goal. Good a
But you've still got to finish when you're not given that space.
And also,
Weak on that, coming across the ball. caught it, one less.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say, he nearly decapitated his head.
We've got to link up both of these clubs. Really proud of that.
And Koulibaly did a knee slide. At least he did better than Lukaku on it. He failed his knee slide.
Importance of the new ownership. We're underway again.
Did he do it by actually sliding on the floor? Or did he do it standing? Because he...
That's an extraordinary
Yeah.
record as a manager.
Because if he's done it on the ground, then that's his usual way of how he challenges. He doesn't do any standing challenges.
There's a lot of interest in Cucurella, of course, Manchester City, but they felt the bidding had gone too high.
That Cucurella, that is some buy, and if he can play like he is today, then we've got ourselves a gem.
3 million, which the figure that's been bandied around, includes some add-ons for success, but it's over 50. The down payment. It's a lot. But, it does show you in the modern game the importance of wing-backs.
Wingbacks.
Certainly in the system that Conte plays, or how much he invests in his wing backs. We just haven't been able to get the
Oh, Koulibaly.
Cheek, smoothly. Sterling. Waiting for the right moment and the right decision.
Handball! Handball! Referee, handball.
Yeah, they've done that a lot in the first half. When they've won that ball back, they've really gone quickly. At that Tottenham team, they could really get set. Still was asking for handball. No, just comes up and catches on the arm. Doesn't know too much about it.
Yeah, but if it hits his hand or hits his arm, it's still classed as a penalty, Jamie Carragher.
Challenge from Bentancur.
Oh God, don't say that name too many times. I can't stand that player.
Man in midfield, Jorginho.
So,
Koulibaly, look at the room that mounts. It's up between the lines. Correa.
oh my God, he took Mason Mount like he wasn't there.
Unnecessary fouls. Sign of
It didn't even look like he was going to get the ball anyway.
the ball.
Yep, he took the player out and nowhere near the ball. Completely.
Position, as I said, it just feels like Chelsea's system is just playing around Tottenham's right now, and no one's
So it looks like we're getting a bit under their skins because they're doing needless challenges that don't need to be made.
There's a lot of movement from that.
If you keep doing that,
from Chelsea, doesn't feel like anyone's really in a set position so often.
get the ball to Koulibaly again, please. Get him on his head.
James and Correa. Right foot or left. It's left.
Oh, Cucurella, you could do better than that.
James can plant it back in again. Spurs tried to push out, hope to get an offside.
Havertz are unlucky.
That didn't go up.
That,
3 years since Spurs.
I didn't expect us to play like this today.
Against Chelsea, at least one of their players. There was an own goal from Tony Rudiger in one of the meetings.
I said I had confidence, but I'm just saying, like, because of the way we played against Everton, you'd be thinking,
James.
don't play like that again, play differently and hopefully go for it. And it's a surprise in me, but then what's more of a surprise that
Good width.
Conte has not started any of his new signings, which looks like at the moment it's backfiring on them. Because look at the way this starting 11 can't handle us.
Romero trying to win a
They're literally having problems on every inch of
That sums up the first half.
the
Really
pitch,
good from Chelsea again. Tottenham find it really difficult.
and it sounds like this season we're going to be more of a physical team and more pressing.
being able to get through this Chelsea team.
We were like that the season we won the Champions League. No team can get through us. That's a ball. Well done. That's a ball. Go on, Sterling, chase after it. Oh. We're trying to get Sterling to do something, but it's just unlucky, getting unlucky.
10 minutes to go to half-time. Plenty of time for Spurs to click into gear.
Click into gear. They've not even got out of first gear.
Well covering on the inside.
Well done, good Guerrero. With his mop head. And that's also quite clever for Mason Mount. Literally doing the turns that mean if he got tackled, the player would more or less catch him, not the ball. Clever.
Getting up the pitch, we just haven't seen the wing backs of Tottenham get anywhere high enough. And Tottenham as a team being high enough up the pitch to cause problems for Chelsea, because they obviously can. See it when you look at that front three, it's absolutely devastating at times.
I actually think we might have had a good. I won't class it as a front three, but it could be a good thing this season having Mount, Havertz, and Sterling. That speed for you, so that could help. That could help us in a lot of games. Just keep. We just got to keep pressing.
Emerson Royale. Looking on for Pereira, getting his cross in. Pull that wing back, call it what you will. Job to stop those crosses, but it at least prevented one troubling Edouard Mendy.
But also,
for Tottenham, that was something Thomas Tuchel mentioned before the game. That's why he went with a back five. You've got to match that really aggressive.
but also they both play different positions.
This time we've ever really seen them in positions that you expect them to be, and where they do cause huge problems.
Now, through the middle to Sterling. Still on the chase. Havertz with him. Back to Jorginho.
I actually think this season we've got. I won't call them a dead three, but I think we've got a deadly front three. I think this season, if they can click.
Goal scoring has just dropped off a little bit.
I think it can work. The Havertz, Mount, and Sterling thing. I think it could work.
A few years ago in that famous game, just comes inside that right foot. I think he's been absolutely outstanding in this first half. Mason Mount.
And does he not realise if it wasn't for one guy called Olivier Giroud, we wouldn't have stopped Spurs winning that league, because he actually set up Hazard for that goal, for the infamous goal, which is for us still a very infamous goal in our history, because we stopped a rival winning the league, which Spurs still don't like us for, and they'll never win the league.
Story of this almost 40 minutes.
Well, that challenge just summed it up. They've been too slow, Tottenham. No pace even in the passing when they've got possession, in the closing down.
Come on, have a shot.
Can shoot, but he chooses not to. Loftus-Cheek.
Can we substitute Loftus-Cheek, please? Can we substitute Loftus-Cheek? Because he's just going to mess up a chance, but he just decided to be fancy and think, oh, I can go and do it myself.
The game and the team is done. It feels like it's Tottenham who are playing in the sun. Chelsea just playing a normal game. It's not affecting whether there will be a change in the second half. We'll see more energy from Tottenham.
Come on, Chelsea.
Find it.
Too much sun and not enough song.
This is how we should have played against Everton.
Jorginho. Inroads down that far.
That unlucky mount.
Pressure that the crowd loves. Applied by Mount. I'm sure many clubs did it, but Chelsea moved their training times cooler time of the day, early sessions, problem base, and build up to this game. Thomas Tuchel saying, I know some players have better data in these conditions. We keep every check. Away in hot places pre-season, but I want the ones who are mentally tough, whatever that data says, to go about a job like this. And so far, he's getting it.
This has been brilliant from us so far, and don't let up.
That position is causing huge problems for Tottenham. Dyer having to step out then.
Go on. Unlucky Havertz. Corner. That's a corner. That's a corner, linesman. Thank you, linesman tried to rob us. Linesman trying to rob us. You robbing linesman.
It was a corner.
How can a linesman not see that it touched him last?
We got to the right decision in the end.
Is he a Spurs fan or something?
I mentioned him before the game. He's done really well as well.
Because you could tell because the linesman wanted to give it to Spurs. But the referee knew it.
Certainly a player that got on the end of a well-rehearsed corner routine.
Yeah, look how many players Tottenham have got there in that sort of around that 6-yard box. And Chelsea
Get the ball to Koulibaly's head.
Jorginho's just going in it, so
Thiago Silva has a knack getting his head on these things. Defend better than they did on the goal.
Wow.
Somebody in yellow card for James. That's about 3 or 4 times only it's happened, but it does look as though Spurs, if they could get it right playing on the break, they're going to fight their way back into
What
this.
about Koulibaly?
there's been 2 or 3 opportunities, and I just said earlier on, almost feels
No.
like at times when Tottenham have got the ball, it's a man marking.
But do you know what's worse? And there's one player that we watched who was the worst for it, and his name was called Abubakar.
In the second half, they've been really tight and aggressive. Whenever someone's gone with Tottenham being in possession, now
And-
it's in the middle of the back three with James.
And
Position he's taken up
and
with
I-
his sons through the middle. So he's
Yeah.
just back over now, Thiago Silva.
and when it comes,
His
yeah.
initial thought is
It's
stay
all
with
part of
Son.
the mix from Thomas Tuchel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
If-
Tactically set up.
that would be. I always will say this: Vincent Abubakar, if he was a little bit younger, I think he would suit the Premier League. But he's just a bit too old now.
Cheap in the first place. And they find a telling cross here.
Porto.
Chelsea's
Yeah, because that was the player I used to. I only watched Porto because of him,
winning in.
because he was scoring goals for fun.
Typical style. And then another Chelsea corner.
Yeah, now he's at Al Nasir in Saudi Arabia. But I don't know if he's.
Todd Bowley in the new man.
Yeah, but
You see a lot
but you
more
all got to think he's at the end of his career and everything like that.
bit of a recluse. Very popular with the Chelsea supporters for
I'm surprised he's not. He must be happy as our owner.
paid over £4 billion for the privilege.
This is no disrespect to Roman, but this guy's a bit more like being more.
Yeah, than the opposed.
He likes being more active with the fans and stuff.
Chelsea
When Roman was a bit more of a public figure, which I want an owner to be more.
Session wins the header.
That's yeah. But the reason I like this one is because at least if something's not going right, at least he can say
Half-time without
to like the fans, let's get behind them, let's do this, let's rally all together, and let's try and get them at home to a win or something like that. And that's what I want to hear, and that's what I like from an owner. If owners do that, you're going to get your fans on side, and they're going to start liking you if wins keep churning out.
Kane with almost 250 goals for the club.
But the one thing we do have,
Lieutenant.
but the one thing we do have to expect that our owner's not going to be able to get to every game because he's going to be based in America.
Chelsea are making it very hard for them to have that. Jorginho really got an advantage back from Anthony Taylor. And rightly so, because Reece James can move on here. And Loftus-Cheek. It's been a middle for Spurs, on the right for Chelsea. Koulibaly. Sterling. Now Cucurella.
They've been completely outplayed in this first half, Tottenham by Chelsea. Pretty positive for Tottenham is at this moment. It's still only 1-0.
When... No, I'm just saying.
Koulibaly.
All the domination of Chelsea possession problems that caused Tottenham. I'd like to have the goalkeeper a little bit more.
If it, I would say I would be the same as you. I would be feel sorry for him, but if that is not against us, because we're doing the right thing and what our game plan is. Yes, yes, yes. Oh,
Well, it could have been two.
oh! If that went in, apology would have been coming his way.
The drive to get there.
Because the one who just nearly scored was Loftus-Cheek.
Jorginho is just running this game. Tottenham can't get near him.
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek at the back post.
No, it was that. Yeah. Because you don't expect that, but then he is good, but he has this couple of games where he doesn't perform, and then he just clicks on in like one particular game. Because it happened last season, he did it. He played well in an FA Cup semi-final. He did against Real Madrid in the second leg. Most of the other games, he didn't really do that much.
Also because Tottenham won't play this bad in the second half. It just won't happen. I just can't see that at all. I'm sure at some stage they get a foothold in the game. Everyone thought after West Ham had a rubbish first half against Nottingham Forest, you think they would play better in the second half. They didn't, and they ended up losing. So it could bring on all of his stars on, and it may still not work. No, because he's got a lot of stars. Because he's got Basuma, all of his it could be all of his signings. It could be all the signings on, and it still may not work. Because you've got to have time for. And that was actually a good show. Wow. That is a weird. That is a weird name. It's not just called Vincent Boubacar. He's actually his middle. You're going to be weird about this. His actual middle name's Ryan. So he's basically. So it's called Vincent Ryan Abubakar. It doesn't ring off the tongue. If you just take that away and just put Vincent Abubakar, I think that actually more suits him.
Certainly got some thinking to do, and the best news really is that he's not 2-0 down here.
Yeah, the big problem Spurs bad central midfield. Just see Mason Mount there dragging Eric Dyer right out the centre of that back three.
Come on, Gels, let's get.
Done all day. Mason Mount's position, moving off the 6th position, coming in as narrow forwards, almost making it like a box midfield. Kante and Jorginho behind it. Those two centre midfield players at the top of the heads are just spinning. Not sure whether to close down or look what's in.
Son of Grease tank.
Tottenham's back three defending the time, just getting dragged in position they don't want to be in.
Let's see how the full time in the Championship. West Brom 1, Blackburn 2. The only team in the Championship with 100% record. And it's all because of Sam Gallagher and Diaz.
Sort things out. I'm sure Graham Souness might have a word or two in that respect. So the half-time interval. Management on the pitch. He was very good at that.
Check some stats while we're here. We've had 8 shots and 3 of them have been on target. So it's nearly about half. So it's not too bad.
Spell of possession for Spurs. In these closing seconds before half-time, can they turn it into something more than that? That's a miscue by Loftus-Cheek. Mendy.
Way, well done, Mendy. And half time, Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. And in the Bundesliga, it is Bayern Munich 2, Wolfsburg 0, Musiala with 1, and Thomas Muller with 1.
Chelsea perhaps deserve more, but Tottenham have have stayed in it.
So that's one I'm just going to have a look for you. And
For Harry Kane.
no, yes, he's the sole striker up front
Still have a chance.
with Muller playing behind Mane.
1-0 down at the bridge.
Yeah, that's what's made it a bit weird. That one is because I would have thought Muller's not that quick of a player to catch up with Mane, but you never know. And Nice are 1-0 up against Strasbourg, and that is scored by Anthony Dalot from the penalty spot. I'm just checking to see if they're. I'm just checking this quickly to see if they're playing. Kasper Schmeichel's in goal for Nice, and is Aaron Ramsey playing? No. He's on the bench. So Aaron Ramsey's on the bench and Schmeichel is starting for Nice. Just as I've said that, Strasbourg have equalised. I'll be back in a tick, folks.
Call from Thomas Holdsworth96@gmail.com.
I am now back, folks. Hopefully in the second half you can play exactly the same.
they were going to be in a back five, but it's gone between a 4 and 5. And Reece James really going into centre midfield and nullifying Son or Kane and overloading.
We're playing really well. It's just got to keep positivity. Has got to be up.
But the front four of Sterling, Mount, have just been never let them have any time on the ball when playing out for Tottenham, and I don't think they've had any answers.
And there's still that old threat from the set piece.
Hello.
Chelsea, but I bet you didn't expect that.
Sounds like your connection was lost there.
I mean, I don't think he's aiming for me. I think obviously
Hello.
gone zonal.
Hello.
Word with Son. He thinks he's done his job once he gets a semi block on the two running, trying to run across him.
What a goal by Koulibaly.
Takes the ball at the end of the day. He's already watched Son. He's
Yeah, I can hear you.
I know we're overlooking.
Is it your? Is it?
Which is for centre back, which is spot on. But he's already on the way out. He's got to be more aware. A striker defending.
Chips, chicken Kiev, and carrots.
Defender or someone with defending head on, it would have made life more difficult.
Magnus pear cider.
Sensation. I mean, he's come across it. The ball's spinning. When you see the ball stop, watch it spin. I mean, go away from
No, because it's a bit warm and I want to have a nice cold drink and it's nice and cold.
What a way to get off the mark. Are you sure about whose responsibility it is, Karen, to fill that space?
I think that's the issue with zonal marking, is because it's no one's responsibility, it's the space. So no one ever takes accountability. I'm going to have that.
Hopefully in the
player or
second
that.
half we can
And
play
then
exactly the
again,
same as we did in the
I
first.
think Son points, he's saying pick him up because I'm going to go with the two. I'm going to block these two, Havertz and Silva. But you leave Koulibaly, your biggest player, and you're going, Emerson Royal, is that your area? I don't know. He steps back. But look, then, as you said, it's all about the finish. But zonal marking doesn't allow accountability.
If you had more awareness, as I said, someone with a defensive head on, I'm not saying he gets a challenge, but he's something maybe get a bit closer and put Koulibaly off.
Koulibaly, yeah.
With zonal marking, you let people off the hook.
I'm just saying, you've only got a little bit of time to explain. Is that all right? We might come back to that, as I have a feeling that we will. There's a lot of football to be played though here at Stamford Bridge. We're only at the halfway mark, but they have got to be thrilled, Chelsea, with what they've seen so far. Koulibaly off the mark in his first game here at Stamford Bridge. No wonder the chairman's delighted.
At the right result. Sky Sports coverage of the program is by any car.
At LV, we always believed our car insurance should look after your wallet just as well as it looks after your car. So you can get great value cover for just £195. And we pay out on 99% of claims. So that's one less thing to worry
Wrong
about.
team, that is.
It could be why our
And that team's bottom of the.
excellent
And that team's on the bottom of the.
To get a quote, go direct to lv.com.
Oi! Man, shite your bottom of the league.
Peach takes it down the wing. Oh, the girl's on fire. Mario strikes.
But I don't do it when Chelsea are playing because he's not a Chelsea player. If it comes a Chelsea player, then I can do it when he plays, when we play. But I'm definitely not. I would do it if we are playing, but when we are not live, because people then think I'm going to be a Man United fan. You know what people are like. So guys, put your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new, and just having my tea, folks. Just while half time. I'll probably do anything nice.
Alexander Usyk defends his world heavyweight titles in a blockbuster rematch with Anthony Joshua live on Sky Sports box office. Coverage gets underway from 6 this Saturday. The fight's available to all Sky and non-Sky customers, including Virgin Media and BT. And more information on all the ways to watch, go to skysports.com/Joshua. And we are halfway through. Fascinating battle between two heavyweight managers. Tuchel still unbeaten against Chelsea, against Spurs. Conte down, bruised, but far from out for the count.
With other prices rising, wouldn't it be nice not to worry about your mobile bill? With Sky Mobile, you can get 2 gig of data for just £6 a month. That's the UK's cheapest annual data plan amongst big networks. And unlike
So guys,
most
let me know in the
networks, we won't
chat.
raise our prices mid-contract. So get the UK's cheapest annual data plan amongst big networks with 2 gig for only £6 a month and no price rises mid-contract. All on our award-winning network. Sky Mobile. Value you can believe in.
Let's have a look how this game breaks down so far. Chelsea with 8 shots to Spurs 2, 2 on target to their 1. The XG pretty similar, but see how many more successful passes Chelsea are having. That possession, they've got control of this game. How does Spurs start to wrestle it back, Karen?
I actually think you've bought signings in the summer. Now I want to see them use them. I think I'd like to see Perisic come on and Basuma in particular. I think they've lost the physicality, the midfield battle. I think putting Basuma on there would really, really help them. But you got the subs, use them.
It's as if Spurs are, it's hot today, let's save ourselves for the second half. We're so passive in that first half, they've got to be more aggressive. And, you know, take Chelsea's midfield on, get amongst them, be aggressive to them. They've been absent in midfield so far, Tottenham. I expect changes, but I expect a more aggressive Spurs.
Well, 10 times they've been behind under Conte, 4 times they have come back to win. But on one of the hottest days of the year, he has been the coolest man on the pitch so far, hasn't he? Koulibaly, more shots himself than Spurs have managed in that first half, including that spectacular strike. Special K indeed, Martin. Back to you.
Yeah, it was a lovely goal and a great boost to any player coming to a new club. But what is interesting, Jamie, no substitution at half-time because of the fatigue later on. Noticing yesterday, a lot of the substitutions happened late. When players were really feeling the heat. Maybe both Thomas Tuchel's got no need to make a substitution, of course. Or Antonio Conte probably has.
I must say, I'm surprised there's no
Keeping
changes.
the powder dry.
Yeah, I am surprised there's no changes for Tottenham. I expected the 2 changes Aaron just mentioned in the studio. Consumer in midfield, maybe Perisic at wing back. And there was talk why, you know, Tottenham haven't put the new players in
Yeah, I can hear.
right from the start of the season. That is a surprise to me as well, because so often last season.
Oh, that's a foul ref on Loftus-Cheek. Go on, Havertz. Oh.
Away by Romero, only put it back where it came from. And Havertz to tease it in the case of too many cooks in there for Tottenham. There's hardly a Chelsea player around the penalty spot. Here's James. Correa just took the corner they scored from. Sterling.
Oh, lucky Sterling.
Good challenge by Emerson Royale. Should point out that Stamford Bridge hasn't been a fortress for Chelsea in the last 2 seasons. Just 9 league wins here in the 19 games in each campaign. They've gathered more away points in those 2 seasons.
Come on, Chelsea.
Recently joined the club. Raring to get on for Antonio Conte. Hey.
That ball's out of play. That ball was out of play, ref.
Kulusevski completely disarmed by Thiago Silva. Kane loses out to Conte.
Well done, Cucurella.
No nonsense, the diminutive left-sided player. 1 cap only for Spain, and that was on a day when the senior side couldn't take part because of COVID issues. Able to turn, looking for Son, and he's found Son, tries to squeeze it under.
Well done, Mendy.
Edouard Mendy. That's better from Tottenham and the Kane-Son partnership trying to click into gear.
Yeah, we saw that early in the first half. Kane getting the time to make his passes twice in the first half early on. Same here in the second half. Wonderful pass. Lovely weighted. Just doesn't get enough on it. It was always going to be a tight angle.
Contact.
Come on, Chelsea.
Delivered Loftus-Cheek through the middle. We wanted it earlier. And Kane again. And Thiago Silva.
Yeah, that's what they have to do, Chelsea. They can't afford to let Harry getting tail on the ball. You know, now he's not too often going to try and run in behind you, so he's always going to come short for the ball. Thiago Silva or Koulibaly have to go with him. We have had little glimmers of hope. Tottenham, one of them was with Kane. Just earlier on, Kulusevski should have done so much more. 1v1, lots of space up against Thiago Silva. Just seemed to run out of ideas, or maybe at the start of the he was up against the great name Thiago Silva. He's 37 with acres of space.
Go on, Havertz. And ball.
Conte. And James to have the shot.
Oh, unlucky.
Deflects on his fouls, Koulibaly. So he can go left again. Jorginho. Trying to make that angle. Not quite as well on the left-hand side as they have on the right. Correa A bit of a catchweight contest there, but he's the stronger man. Against Emerson Royale. Jorginho. They're trying to engage a bit more and win the ball a bit higher up the pitch. James. Loftus Cheek. Challenge from Davis. And drawing the free kick.
Well, the Tottenham players are complaining that the linesman didn't put his flag up, but I don't think we see that too often now. There's more communication between linesman and referee. I'm sure he would have said there's one there for you, it was a foul.
Jerry Bezic. To the World Cup with Anthony Taylor. James takes. Deep enough, a couple like that.
What a ball.
Restarts. Spurs have actually won their last 4 Premier League games, 3 of them last season.
Our referee, our linesman.
Flag that time.
Antonio Conte, when he was here in January, said there was a massive gap between the two clubs. Chelsea were far, far ahead, but as the season wore on, that got closer. He's played a big part. The board and backing him in the transfer market played a big part. And although in the first half there was a big gap in performance between the two, the scoreline doesn't reflect that, and Spurs are still very much in the contest, trying, remember, to get only their 2nd Premier League win in this stadium.
Yeah, they're still winning this game, no doubt. Wasn't this a surprise, really interesting? Antonio Conte, last week here today hasn't put any of his new signings in. He complained a lot last season about his team not being ready, good enough. Everyone was really impressed with what they did in the summer, so I'm not really sure what he's waiting for.
Oh, what a ball. What a ball to Reece James that was.
He called into account later on, but Anthony Taylor letting the game flow. Jorginho. Now Loftus Cheek. This kind of possession seemed to hold the key for Chelsea. Very good on the ball, the interplay. As you've mentioned, Jamie Thomas Tuchel is a splendid tactician. But to turn it into goals without what you might call a big goal scorer in terms of size and numbers.
Go on, Cucurella. Corner.
I think you're right, Martin, and they're all saying that Chelsea need a striker. But it can't just be someone who scores a goal. You're thinking how Chelsea have played in this game. You have to be an attacking player who scores goals.
He scores goals, of course, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about the intensity and the pressure Chelsea were in the first half. I don't think they could have played like that with Lukaku.
Short corner.
What?
Sterling to cross. Elite.
Wow, that's a bit shocking. Ooh.
Anywhere near the white or a blue shirt, but the man in yellow
Wow.
almost caught in an awkward position.
Yeah, didn't catch it right. Mason Mount just scuffs it.
Ooh, tried to catch Lloris off his line.
Chance with
Only option for Hugo Lloris.
That's why he's captain of France.
Corner for Chelsea. Trying to get to Koulibaly into
No way.
again.
The only people that would say that would be Leeds United fans.
Another corner.
I mean, looking down, there's obviously a discussion in
No, he never will.
half-time on zone or mark, but just looking down, it was a system I used a lot.
That AC Milan keeper's above Messi.
Chelsea's players are mainly around the edge of the box and towards the back post. Tottenham got so many players in that front area. doing nothing.
7 corners and Spurs have had none.
To adjust your position, even if it's zone or marking. You may say where you stand on the sheet before the game, but you still have to take a reference where the opposition players are standing. I mean, they've got 4 players at the near post. There's no Chelsea player there. Stupid.
To deliver.
Oh! I do like Cucurella because even when he gets himself in into an area, he'll try and have a shot, and if it doesn't work, we're not really in that much bother because he tried it twice. But we do know that he likes to hit with the laces, but he does it like full on.
Well, we're going to see a debut in Tottenham colours for Richarlison, Brazilian striker from Everton. Watford, of course. Premier League first these days.
Corner number 8.
Turf here. We hope he comes on still at 1-0 down and Chelsea don't convert another corner to make it 2. Again.
We're nearly on double figures for the corners.
Around the edge of the area again, and it's a short one. Conte, a weak one. Trying to push out. Chelsea funneling back. Thiago Silva got back to where defensive work is.
That's a foul, ref. Well done. Thank you very much.
Chelsea.
Ryan Sessegnon. Wow, and here comes Richarlison. Hopefully, don't score, please.
To see if he goes away from that system. Doesn't happen too often.
Cleared by Loris. Kane's got another ally in Richarlison. Nothing when it comes to aggression and optimism.
Richarlison, you just made it look like a mug there. You got absolutely turned.
Career for himself. It's a good career.
Well, you think it definitely provide energy for Tottenham, certainly without the ball as well. They'll have lacked that in this game.
Here's Kulusevski. Richarlison. Into Raheem Sterling. Pretty sturdy, wirily sturdy on both played to think, but he lost it that time.
Way messed up yet again, Spurs.
Yeah, it was a really good ball. Harry Kane just dropped in deep in behind Richarlison. He's always playing a number 10 role. I just see the position Harry Kane find himself in. He's on the same line as Richarlison. Maybe he got on the end of it. Good ball in the end. Charles just makes that one across the near post, takes Thiago Silva out the way. Just found himself in 2-3 yards too deep, Harry Kane.
Richarlison scored 3 goals against Chelsea, all for Everton and all in wins. Won last season.
A lot of people talk about maybe some of the reasons why they bought him. He kind of got in that front three. You know how good that front three is, but this is the reason why. Change something, and you've got a quality attacking player come off the bench and change the game.
48 Premier League goals in total.
What?
Kulusevski, who could have been one of those to go off, but it's a change of system. Step to the same system. Might have been vulnerable. Kulusevski's still there, Son's still there, Kane's still there.
Well, I said I felt Tottenham would get better in the second half, but Antonio Conte obviously hadn't seen him up in those first 10 minutes or so, made the change and changed the system.
Tottenham's throw. And Davis, of course, made his 250
Oh, great.
games.
Typical. The one best chance they've had is being caused by Loftus-Cheek.
Pushed on by Kane. Richarlison put a foot in. By
Okay.
Koulibaly. That suits Chelsea, of course. Tottenham's got to come out. More room to play these passes in. And that's a tap up.
Go on, Loftus-Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek. To line it up on his left foot. He's still going.
Sterling! Sterling, the moment! The moment! Oh!
Big moment on the hour mark. Just determination from Loftus-Cheek. Sterling shot.
When you see Loftus-Cheek just
Because my shirt would have been off more violently if Sterling would have scored.
shot away. Just right now, just one fall for him. Raheem Sterling just trying to find that space.
Oh, and Harry Kane! Way! Sit down, Harry Kane, shite!
Affected by the curse of Stamford Bridge for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League.
Can't stand Harry Kane, I can't stand Spurs.
Tottenham will be for this pace now. We've said consistently.
And do you want to know who's...
Still in this game. He's onside.
Oh, it didn't help that whoever ran with him literally stopped for 1 second.
Position like that. Just drags it.
And that was Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva stopped for 1 split second that allowed Harry Kane the second to be ahead of him.
Chance the ball to anyone. Not just for Tottenham, maybe in the Premier League. It's that man.
And of course he knows all the history and you almost think that goes through his mind when he has a chance like that.
Take off Loftus-Cheek.
Thoroughbred in
And bring on Ziyech
99 times out of 100.
or Pulisic. And Mendy's just been yellow carded.
Yeah, they're hot on it this part of the briefing that we got from the referees.
Goalkeepers are now going to get regularly booked for time wasting now.
Goalkeepers have been the hidden villains in that respect. Running down the clock.
Yeah, I think the multi-goal system this season is a great thing to bring in. Promise me, I've just put 10 minutes on the end. It seems a time wasting constantly just do 8, 10 minutes. We know it's just going to be 3 or 4 standard.
Because he's the one player, can you remember that he gives Sterling so much praise?
Chelsea battling on.
That's why we want him to score.
1 to 2 ago.
Yes!
James
Please!
for the second.
Yes!
Puts it on Spurs.
Yes! Kante!
Conte.
No!
Jorginho.
Just me!
Good blocking by Tottenham in the second half.
Ah!
A bit more belief about their work generally. And the fact that Kane got in relatively easily would only enhance that belief.
Oh!
Hobie. Richarlison.
Richard. Wait! Sit down, Richarlison, sit down. Go back on the bench.
Prior to the Kane miss, of course, this all going on in the Tottenham penalty area.
I just thought Loftus-Cheek just couldn't quite get a shot away here now. Does really well to keep it alive. Raheem Sterling just got bodies throwing themselves in front of him. People think it's a great chance, but there's that many bodies in front of him to try and miss them. It's a lofter over Eric Dyer and just put too much on it. They definitely need another goal, Chelsea. Spurs are just starting to try and get into this game now. Change of systems made a difference. Certainly Richarlison coming on. Seems to be getting a bit of joy down this side.
Kulusevski.
Come on, do not let him get back in this.
Wilson trying to get it in first time. Hobie. A run by Richarlison.
Wait! It took him 64 minutes to actually have a corner. It took him over an hour. Ah! That's Spurs. It took Spurs an hour to actually get a corner.
Interesting debate.
And what he's done, certainly on the wrong side of Harry Kane. We know Harry Kane always got to control.
It took him over an hour just to get one corner.
Centre, not just in the wide areas, we know they have pace there. Making runs in behind centre backs.
Richarlison is actually free. Not by much, and he's gone back into the next man, done towards the near post.
Get rid. Oh, 2 corners in space for seconds.
Suddenly, take again. They can go 2 two against one here if they choose.
Hey Spurs, are you related to the Scottish Premiership? Because they're called the Cinch Premiership, and you've got Cinch on your sleeve. So do you two have something in common? Go on! Go on, Sterling! Oh!
Charlton was free on the first corner, man, and nearly fell to him there on that second one.
Just Sterling's not having all the luck.
Short, entices the defender across from Kante.
One-sided the first half, but just the one goal. Teams look much more evenly matched now.
Yeah, we've got a game now. Expected this from Tottenham earlier in the game. Far too easy for Chelsea.
Antonio Conte, part of the package. Players know they have to work really hard. And him and the Chelsea players, 2 years for some of them is almost too much.
Come on, Chelsea.
Every drop of sweat out of them in the Premier League.
He's got his arms all around Sterling.
Loftus-Cheek.
Havertz.
Havertz. Sterling. Serial winner of the Premier League. There's no one at the far post. That's where you get your goals.
But I bet the referee didn't give it.
Here's Kulusevski. Free kick to Tottenham.
Doesn't like us, Anthony.
That's the area Tom can get joy. Cucurella goes forward. Koulibaly doesn't look totally convinced when he gets dragged out into a wide area.
And that's due to, and that's Anthony Taylor shite.
To see him out wide.
Son. Davis.
Wow.
Possession by Havertz.
That is a foul. He didn't get any of the ball. He didn't get any of the ball. He didn't get any of that ball.
Just having to tell the Chelsea fans in front, was that not the referee? I'm getting dogs abuse here.
I thought you were offering to be a referee when you said you'd have 10 minutes on all the time. I'd love to see you doing it.
I mean, that looked like a blatant free kick. The referees are trying to let the game go,
But also, you never know, it might go to VAR. Because they're going back and look at the foul. Because he's in a build-up. 1-1. And Spurs have literally done nothing all game, and then they're going to do that because the referee's going to help them. Anthony Taylor, yet again, you go and screw us over like you did last season in every game. That just shows when Anthony Taylor referees a game, we don't get anything, and that was a clear foul. There was a foul. There is a foul in there. You know, there's a thing called VAR that they can go and have a look at it.
I mean, this one is the one that incensed a lot of people earlier on.
See, look, he doesn't get any of the fucking ball. It doesn't. Yes, even Jamie Carragher says that's a foul.
He wouldn't go that far back.
He didn't even touch the ball. He didn't even touch the ball. He didn't even touch the ball. So you can tell we've just literally been screwed over by Anthony Taylor. And you know when I told you last season how there's a conspiracy that Anthony Taylor does not like Chelsea? There you go. There you go. The linesman. How on earth did the linesman not see it? Even on the replay that we've got shown, it clearly shows that he hits the boot. The boot. What? So basically, they're saying Spurs, you can go and foul anyone and we won't book you. You can be offside. VAR. Yeah.
Maybe it was the celebration.
Yeah.
The touchline that marked the top where the Chelsea bench up. But Thomas Tuchel still talking about that foul.
Is it gone to VAR?
Kai Havertz is doing the same.
Is it gone to VAR? Do you know, I even said to my dad today, when as soon as it was Anthony Taylor, that's it, we're not going to win. We're not going to win because of Anthony Taylor, because that guy stops, every time we go 1-0 up, he'll give us benefit of the doubt at 0-0. But as soon as we go ahead, he tries to help the other team out. Anthony Taylor has just gone and ruined the game of football. He's gone and ruined the game of football. And it's only the second game, it's only the second game of the season. And he's already gone and cost us. Is it, there's a VAR. Clearly, there's VAR. Yeah, but also they should go back and have a look at that foul, because that foul counted for a goal.
He just hits it first time, almost in hope, I must say. Højbjerg just takes a little nick.
I just think we got robbed, and it's by Anthony Taylor shite. Because look, if you look at the second replay, the player, that foul on Havertz, the player did not touch the ball because the ball was still in the same, went the same direction Havertz was running. If the ball got touched, the ball would have changed direction. The ball never got touched. Could it hit? He says play on, so he thinks he's got a touch on the ball. He hasn't. Even Jamie Carragher for once has said that is a foul. What? What?
They seem to be heading in the wrong direction in the end.
I want Chelsea Football Club to write to the Premier League saying that Anthony Taylor should never referee a Chelsea game ever again. That guy has cost us more games than ever in this league. This referee should not be allowed to referee a Chelsea game. That guy should be, theoretically, should be done for what he's done. The guy should be tailed off, should be suspended, should not be allowed to referee a Chelsea game again. Because that is appalling. Any other referee, they would have seen sense and would have said that's a foul. He should not be allowed to referee a Chelsea game. And you know what's weirdly enough? He's going to the World Cup as well. He should not even be going to the World Cup if he's doing traditions like that. So what happened?
That situation on the goal, whether that's the reason or not, but he's been outstanding before that within the game.
What happens if he goes and referees a World Cup final and that goes and decides who wins it? Then that's going to be the biggest controversy in world football.
No matter how we set throughout the game, Martin, he was still in the game. The best thing about this game for them was it was still only 1-0.
Now they're getting that. Richarlison's played his part in upping the attitude from Tottenham.
But the one,
And forcing the kind of
yeah.
Jorginho is a master craftsman. Has been
But the one,
the game really.
Yeah.
But it's risky to try and run the game in your own penalty area.
But the one thing you can say is, and Jamie Carragher was spot on, he's saying that the goal should never have stood because it should have been a foul to us.
Just won them and certainly put Chelsea in a difficult position.
The other thing is, they're saying they wouldn't check VAR for that foul because it's too far back, which is bollocks. Do you want to? Do you want to know what? Why? But you know what? But you know what's even worse? Do you know what would have been a lot worse? If that happened to a Man City or that happened to a Liverpool, they would have gone another.
Celebration from Spurs.
Yeah.
Between the two
Yeah. And this is me going to be very verbal, and this is coming from me, and I never like being verbal on anything, but Anthony Taylor, you're a disgrace to the Premier League and a disgrace to a referee, and you shouldn't be allowed to referee a Chelsea game ever again. Because that's the fourth... Yeah, is it like the fourth or sixth time he's refereed us in like 2 or 3 seasons, and he's cost us in every game? Because we should have won the FA Cup final. Who was refereed? Anthony Taylor. all the games against Liverpool last season? Anthony Taylor. And we couldn't. Yeah, because and if it's not, then who's going to come into question? It's not going to be us. It's going to be the referee. It's going to be... Yeah! How? How? How has he missed? How? 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 Havertz! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Please! If that went in, that would have been the second time I was in a goal like that in the space of a week. The last goal I saw scored like that was between Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland, when they managed to score a goal like that. And they're a team in League One and can score a goal like that. And we're playing the Premier League and can't even bury it.
Chelsea come again. Get the smile back on their manager's face. Davis.
Basically, if we do get a winner, Anthony Taylor's going to get some stick. Because it'll prove... Come on, Anthony Taylor, you're going to get some stick if we score, and I'm going to say it now. And I'll say it now. I want Sterling to score, but it's never going to happen. Does it remind you of a Jose Mourinho moments against PSG? Oh, but I don't have any respect for that guy because he's not manager of Spurs.
Trying to regain lost ground here for Correa. Let's get a quick word from Jeff Shreves, who was down in the dugout.
But you know what I think they should have done? They should have shown a bit of what the reaction is of our own. That he would have gone mental.
And also, Thomas Tuchel both put plus a member of each's backroom staff. What caused the flashpoint? I'm not entirely sure. But
And I'm gonna say this now. If we do go back, because I'm a bit mad. If we go back in front, Anthony Taylor, you're going to get an absolute rollicking from me. Go on, Reece! Ah, Anthony Taylor, you can stop us from winning. No, you can't. Ah! Come on! Ah! Come on! Oh, you cheated, but can't! Yeah! Yeah! How about Anthony Taylor? Stop it if you can! One of our own. I'm not mental, I don't have to put my shirt back on. Get in. Reece James, take a bow. You thought Thomas too?
Well, when you run outside the technical area, you should get a yellow card. He's already had that.
But the main thing was, Anthony Taylor, you can try and rob us of a win. You're not. That's like in the that's like a slap in the face to him. I bet you never seen me go that mental. I went that mental. I went on top of my cooler, went right into the TV, and literally was dancing on my bed. Yeah. Shows how much I despise Spurs. And that shows it. And that beats Koulibaly's celebration by 2 knots that I'm nearly out of breath. folks.
Aaron to one side.
But
Really difficult for Ben Davies at left back, dealing with 2 players, but
I'm trying to. I'm just getting my hair.
far to one side, what was the top of each other.
I'm just trying to.
That's where the own goal came from.
I know.
Came from Chelsea winning the ball.
Sorry if I don't speak at the moment, folks, because I'm just trying to get my breath back after all that. Because my heart rate is on 120.
He's such a good player, even
I'm just letting myself cool down. I got the fan on me as well.
for a long, long time. He's finally arrived. I hope it's not too late for him.
Come on, boys, let's get a third.
Score in a World Cup final, and it's England only,
I'll be fine.
sadly, the score of a goal in a World Cup semi-final as well.
I'm just now, I'm not going to say the word, but if it does happen, I'm just going to keep myself calm.
Because every time that is
Calm for the rest of the game now.
significantly you feel. Here's Davis.
I'm letting myself cool down first. That's why I've got the fan on. So I'm going to cool myself down first.
Scorer, James. Well, Tottenham have equalised once.
I have never, in my life, never gone that mad for any goal.
Take the corner. Lucas Moura.
And weirdly enough, folks, this is only the second game of the season. There could be a lot more of that to come.
Corner comes first.
But I'll let you know, if it wasn't, I think if that incident all didn't happen and we went 2-0 up, I think for me it would just be a normal
Brazilian for another.
celebration, just be happy, just hope we can hang on. But because of the situation of what happened previously, your emotions don't want to come out because of what happened. So you know, guys, if you have turned away,
Stamford Bridge.
because, and one thing I would have wished to be at Stamford Bridge right now,
Contact. He was caught.
because that atmosphere when that goal went in would have been mental.
Leads to a goal.
That atmosphere when that goal went in would have been electric.
Had it, a message from his assistant on the far side who had seen that. Was it caught or was it a strained muscle? It might have been the latter.
Oh no, we're buggered. Kante,
Should be a corner for Tottenham, I think.
Kante's back up.
Value puts it out.
It is a
But do you want to know one?
several issues of.
But you know, we got one good player that we all have faith in that can come in and do a job, aka Conor Gallagher.
2016 he came here on the back of that and won it again in Conte's team.
Yeah, it's sad to see.
Yeah, because
Especially to pick up a lot of injuries.
because Kovacic is injured.
The team once or so.
But we all got to think,
The goal and reaching
we all want him to do well in Chelsea, and this is a big opportunity.
Trying to get back into the game. You see it.
Oh my god, I'm looking forward to watching this replay again and seeing the crowd go mental.
Sterling, and then Reece James just the overload on the far side.
We always seem to go more mental every time we score against Spurs than any other team because we just despise them with an actual passion. And Tuchel running the whole length of the touchline to go and celebrate with the rest of the team.
Fascinating watching these two managers.
That guys, do you know what should happen? That image should be in Chelsea's in Chelsea's history books. That is amazing. Wow. So it looks like our owner's been looking up to the sky, thinking that we've just had the gods pray for us. I'm actually excited to see how Gallagher plays for us because he's a upcoming talent, one for the future. Hopefully you do well. And Sterling, you've actually had a good game as well. He will get his first goal for us.
For Sterling as well. Conor Gallagher obstacles. Jorginho, who's made a mistake that cost a goal, although played brilliantly up to that point. And Miguel Conte, who's gone off with at least a tweak, which might keep him out for a while and give Gallagher opportunities.
Because if you both square heads, it's...
Opportunity for him. Not to score, to
Oh! Nearly 3-1. Unlucky Mount. You're the one player who I think deserves a goal in this game. He's been our best player as Mason. Because Anthony Taylor does not like us. So he thinks he just wants to give everything against us. And you can tell that. Right. Views on this, I think, Havertz, you have the right to be booked because you did the shoulder charge and you were late, so it is a yellow card. But because of the reaction of Romero, that should be a yellow card as well, because you cannot react, because it also can get you booked. So theoretically, Romero should be booked for his reaction, because that's the... Yeah, so Havertz should be booked rightly booked for the foul, but it should be Romero. Yeah, Romero should be booked for how he reacted to it. Because in the rules. Yeah, because in the rules of the game, if you retaliate, it's an automatic yellow card. But it just shows now that Anthony Taylor is actually trying to help Spurs out, which shouldn't be the case. Because there's one referee in this country that I always say is the best referee we've ever had, and it is Howard Webb. If that happened when he was refereeing, he would have given it to both. Because that guy hardly... Do you know that if Howard Webb refereed this game and that incident happened with Spurs' goal, he would have gone and checked it, I think, because he's a professional and knows and been around for years, longer than Anthony Taylor, so he would know what to do. And that guy hardly made any mistakes in his career as a referee. Except he did make one. He did make one mistake, and that was the Nigel de Jong nearly decapitating Alonso in the World Cup final. When he gave him a yellow card when that should be a red. And that's it. But we just got to keep hanging on, folks. And I am not saying any more because I don't want to say the word. Yeah, because it's not over. And you want to know, and our next game is Leeds United away. Which you think we should win that with the squad that we've got, and now they haven't really got a striker, and if against how we playing, they might not cope with us. Just this game's had everything. But still, even if we win, the question should be asked at the referee, and the referees union should have a think about how he referees, because that is an appalling decision. Even if the result goes our way, that still needs to be looked at. Because what happens if that happens in more than one game that he referees? Is he going to give that? Is he going to go opposite to the decision he's done against us? If that does, then it shows that there is conspiracy theory. I know, but it's still, I just can't stand that decision because it's still boiling inside. But we are winning, that's the main thing. Yep, and most of it is by that referee. Sorry guys if I'm a bit late putting the scores in on the doors. It's just because of how mental this game has been. My mind's gone blank, and because it's absolutely roasting as well.
Royer had a successful loan spell at Southampton, you'll recall, last season.
But then but say that we do a challenge, it's just like it's straight away you just book supplier.
2020 and once last week.
Oh, lucky.
He is an out-and-out striker. Albania, of course, but English-born in Slough. Suma. 6 minutes still to go.
6? Where's he got 6 minutes from?
Tottenham fans aren't complaining about that, nor any of us in a neutral persuasion.
Oh, that's a foul, ref. How is that not a foul? Because Anthony Taylor is trying to help Spurs get something from this game. And you can tell he's helping them, trying to get something from this game. And referees are supposed to be straight down the middle. This guy's not straight down the middle. This guy's one team and one team only.
Potential match winner. Perisic has thrown one longish ball into the Chelsea penalty area. It goes again. Hurricane goal kick.
I'm interested to see who gets man of the match.
Just wasn't expecting the flick on. Weak ball's coming to his chest.
Trying to remind you, Bournemouth against Arsenal Saturday night football from 5, Sky Sports Premier League. Sunday, Leeds against Chelsea.
Yep, Leeds. We very like playing on a Sunday.
Newcastle against Manchester City.
Yeah.
For a match in Manchester on the Monday.
Do you know what would have been funny? They should have made a joke. I might give it Thomas Tuchel for his run. That was amazing. Oh, that guy's ace.
Chelsea. Royer pressing. And your job is to award the player of the match. Still got 4 minutes to go. Are you going to commit yourself?
No, I'm going to go for Reece James. It looks like he's got the winning goal, the chance he created when should have put Chelsea in front. How does he defend now?
And Havertz should have scored literally a few minutes before. With that. And that, how is that a foul with a push?
Dangerous area. Harry Kane who got his body across.
It was a daft challenge. Harry Kane's very clever in this situation. You just see he puts his body across a little slightly. This one's flying in.
He's quick, Reece James, and he obviously thought he was quick enough to get that.
Reece James is a good player, but
Astute enough.
you just got to not make stupid challenges in the worst place at the wrong time. Because you never know what can happen in the game
Point away
if you do it.
from Stamford Bridge.
Maybe a chance for someone else.
Do you know, like, you make a stupid challenge and you just by doing that, you just pray that nothing happens from it because it could cost us. That's what you don't want. No, the one is the one that Reece James gave away, and he gave away a free kick by putting like a hand on like Harry Kane or something. And I thought, you gave away a free kick in that position that could cost us if it happened, but it didn't, so lucky. And it's just for stuff like that. Just
Chelsea fans holding their breath here.
He didn't swing it again.
this is why I don't like Spurs, and I don't like that ref.
One little touch for Tottenham.
And I'm very vocal. And he nearly scored.
Very nearly did. But there's another touch to follow from Mendy. Ben Davis. Ruled himself at it. But he got the final touch.
Great save, just underneath the crossbar.
Mendy saw it coming. Spurs again.
Oh, so Anthony Taylor's helped again. Ah,
Yeah, VAR are looking at something, but it was that Cucurella just gets dragged down to the floor.
Oh, so they're saying that we should have had a foul.
This is a look at violent conduct there.
Yeah, so yet again, we basically got robbed twice because of... That is a foul, because he's literally... You see he's got dragged to the floor because he's...
Yeah, I don't think he strikes him or throws an elbow at him as such, but
And you know, he's not just dragged him by his shirt, he's dragged him by the hair.
what is he doing?
So it should be a free kick, but it's given the corner! Bugger off!
In terms of further action,
Yep, so this guy basically doesn't want us to...
agree with that. It's been a day of short tempers. Need a good corner, Tottenham here, and they've got it.
Right at the end.
Got it. Harry Kane.
And Anthony Taylor, are you fucking happy, you cunt?
It was a deep
You're the reason why we've not won this game. You robbing bastard of a referee. You should never referee a Premier League game again, and you're barred from refereeing us.
It was 2-2 in the first battle of the bridge. In the remake,
And Romero, you are a disgrace to the Premier League as well. All of you Spurs and refereeing, you should all be having a look at. And FA, you should have a word. It's a disgrace to the British game and disgrace to this league. Yeah, we've literally got done over by the ref. The ref has done us over twice. VAR could not clearly see that one of our players got yanked by his hair. By his hair.
Right on the money. So many
How can you not see that as a foul?
really close enough to Harry Kane. To get a free kick.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Anthony Taylor, you need to be barred from refereeing our games ever again.
Volley goes missing and
VAR, you need to have a serious look at.
nothing he can really do.
I do not like swearing, but this is now crossed the line. It's crossed the line. Spurs have done nothing, and Anthony Taylor is the reason why they've got a draw.
2-4-9 for the club. In the most
Anthony Taylor, you are a disgrace to the Premier League. You're a disgrace to refereeing, and you should never referee a Chelsea game again. You're a disgrace. We've actually had a good performance this entire game, and Anthony Taylor's had to be the one to give Spurs a draw.
play on, says Anthony Taylor. Surely not a fifth goal this late. Reece James.
Yep, so Spurs have so we've just basically been done over by Anthony Taylor and Conte. Spurs, you're a disgrace to the Premier League, and you should all be looked at. Because you are dirty, Spurs, bastard. Sorry for swearing on chat, on stream, but it needs to be said, and they need to be told.
Equalising goal, and it's finished.
Full time, Chelsea 2, Spurs 2. Like, subscribe with the bell notification to get it post. And Chelsea, we played absolutely brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. Anthony Taylor.